you found this video on installing a Westods display into your, in this case, 2016 Acura RDX, this is the place. I've made a install video crudely. It's not polished like you'd see usually on the YouTube, but I go through the process of installing this unit and giving you as much information visually for doing a cleaner install if you're so inclined. At the end of this video, I'll link to a review of this head unit on its operations, and then you know, you can go from there. But anyway, here it is. I'll go ahead and just fire it up here just to show you what it looks like when it starts up. So you can get a splash screen from the makers of the unit through email. It was pretty quick and easy, to be honest. Gives you a little hello. Starts up with the camera. You can choose front, back, or both. I just have it on the back, but that is the camera view out the back window, which is pretty nice compared to what the stock one is. It fires up to, this is kind of the home screen with the unit, and then it will go to CarPlay. I'm actually manually going to to the Wi-Fi to hook it up, because I got the home Wi-Fi, so it's competing, so I have to manually connect to it. But if you're out wherever, it'll just fire up just like this, without going through any hoops of choosing it on the phone. But here's what it looks like. I'll show you the install, and there'll be a link to the review of this unit and its features, so for your consideration if you're looking to get this unit or not. Anyway, onward to the install. I got a trim removal kit. If I've had it, you can get them at Harbor Freight or Amazon, or local auto store. So I'll be using some of this stuff to move some of the plastic away and take it off, and gain access to areas I need to be able to get to tuck the cords out of the way. Alright, there's that. So yeah, here's this, comes in, took this off, there's a camera for that, so got to get up underneath here and do the same. Actually, let's see what we can do here. Alright, there's that. It looks like I stuffed all the extra cord from running it from front to back here, I think. So there's just some extra cord in there. And there's a cavity of the headliner, so it's probably going to go down over this way. So this is going to hook to the camera. I put a wire in, and I fed it all the way through, hooked onto it, and you got to work it through and be careful doing that, so you don't screw something up. I think I'm okay. and then now this will come down into that valence area here, and the red wire here that goes to the brake light will come, or to the backup light rather, will come down into here, and I'll hook it into the power of the backup light. So that's where I'm at right now. Okay, so I think I previously mentioned pulling the wire through. Up here, I got this through here. It's going to go to the camera. The red wire is going to come down. I'm going to tuck it in through here and hook it to the reverse light. And the reverse light is on this vehicle, if you can see, is the white wire. There's a black wire with white markings on it. I don't know what the hell that is, but it's a white wire. I checked it using my Steinel Master, and it's an awesome checker. So, you know, I just put that in there. Went down here, and I don't know if you can see it, but it lights up. So that's how I figured out which wire is the power. Okay, just a verification for the light. Put on a tap connector. Don't really care for these, but I'm lazy. So put it in there, just shove the probe in there, and just to verify it is in fact working. Alright, here we are inside. So I brought the wire along the top of the hard plastic up into in between here. You just use a tool, the plastic tool. That shit, where did I put it? Oh man, oh there it is. You just use this. You pull it down, and you can edge it along, and you can just feed the wire really up into up here, and then you just bring that down again, and then you just kind of, this is a little tougher, but you can get it up in here, and then you do the same thing. You know, you just come along and get behind it, pry it out, just feed it along, and then use your finger to just redo that. Up down to here, I'm doing kind of the same thing, just up in here. And just kind of feeding it down down the side, and so I'll feed it down. I'll get it down to here, just pop this off, see where I'm going to bring it across, either through the top or just bring it down underneath, up over into this area. So down over into this area, I'll have this apart next, and bringing all the wires and trying to make them neat from up here. I'm going to cut a hole, feed them down through the back of the radio, down below here, back through here. That way there's no wires coming down and things like that. Anyway, that's next up. Alright, so finished feeding this down here, then I wrapped it around and brought it down the side. It just kind of went right in. I didn't have to do too much to get it down to this level. And then it's pretty smooth along the bottom here. I'm going to do I might just tape it with some aluminum tape, maybe. We'll see what happens once I get down there and see what's available. And I'm going to bring it over here. And so now, here is, and there's YouTubes, there's a couple YouTubes that kind of show a good idea of how to do this, but essentially this piece pops off on the bottom. Then there's a couple of 8mm screws up underneath that you take off, and then you just kind of pry the the unit out and pull it forward, and it'll come forward enough, it looks like, to where I can run the cables up and down and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I'm going to do next. And here we go. All right, so I don't know if I have to take something else off here, but here we go. All right, there's that, and then let's go around the other side. There we go. Hey, what do you know? I'm going to disconnect that connector, and this will come out, and then I'll take a video of taking out the 2 screws or 2 bolts and to be able to pull it out next. Alright, there's one. Tiny guy. Alright. Got a longer extension. Hopefully it'll get up in there and not be a problem. Alright, there's that. Alright. There we go. Almost looks like it's angled a little bit. So go ahead and down. All right. There's that. All right. So got that out. Now they say you just have to get behind the here. And pop it. So we shall see. Oh, there we go. Hey, what do you know? All right, just pulled on it and popation. I think it's actually, I think the things are behind here. There we go. All right. See how far I can get it out to make it easy. I'm gonna have to move the gear shift back, and we'll see how much room we can get. All right, I'm gonna take the whole unit out just so I have room down below to access drilling a hole and stuff. The connectors, I went from this right to left. This connector, actually this thing is here. You just swing it this way and it'll pull out, and going back in, you put it back in, then you bring that one back forward or back close in. There's a regular connector. This one's a regular connector, just got to hit the little thing to pull it out. And then this one, same with this one. And then where'd that one go? Where did it go? Is that it? No. Oh, here it is. Is this it? Yeah. And this one's the last one. And you just, I use the screwdriver just to push it on this to release it. And then there's one more down there on the bottom for the AC control. That looks like a normal one, a couple of normal ones. I'm going to go ahead and take those out. Alright, so got all the connectors off. Let's see, should come out. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright. So that's it. The bottom two connectors, you just lift a little tab on the bottom, a little tab on the bottom, and then that's it. That takes it all out. So now I do have access to do the hole. I'm going to drill a hole in the back there with the cover closed, just for access. I don't think there's anything behind it. I can actually just bend it around into the back. There's plastic back over here on the side underneath, and there's really no access. I mean, without doing more. Okay, so here we are again. Alright, so I'm going to take this cover off and see what I can do here. And I went to a YouTube video, so I'm not the brainiac on this shit. And they showed how they did it. So I'm just going to do the same. Alright, take that up. Then you can bring this out. All right, take that out. Then, as they instructed, just like I said, just pull it up, and that's what they did. So, boy, maybe it needs more oomph. Let me go on the other side and see what happens. Okay, so over by the driver's side stuff, or drive stuff. There we go. Whew! Alright, so there's that. There we go. There we go. And now, hey, maybe this will, let's see what happens. Alright, so we got that right on. Yeah, that cover goes pretty far. It goes all the way, really. So how am I going to do that? Do that. Alright, so I think I can drill a hole here, or I can drill the hole there, whichever. Then goes underneath here, and as I go up, do I have access from behind? Access from behind. It goes there. Can't come up through there because the cover goes there, so it has to go behind. Can I do it? Is there access? Oh shit, what the fuck was that? Alright, that just came off. That's a clip. Alright. yeah, there looks like there's some access there. Is there some access there? Yeah, right there. All right, right there. So we can drill into this. Right? Is that kind of there? Right where my finger is. You can kind of line it up. So right on the edge there, I'm going to put a hole, and then we'll go from there. If I can get it through there, I'm golden. Okay, I'm going to put it as low as I can, and stuff to all right. Let's see what. All right, it's coming out the other side, so we're good. All right. Now I just have to make it to where a connector will fit through it, right? And that'll determine the size of the hole. So, someone needs more, so I need a lot more. Okay. That'll fit through. And then, yeah, and then this will fit through. So I think I'm good on that. All right, so now, that being said, or done, I need to do the same thing here. So I'm just gonna so that connector has a big angle coming off of it. I think I'll just put it over here. That way, when the big power connector with the wire doesn't have to bend down so tight, I'll just bring it up over and through here. Along with this one will just loop out. Actually, I have another angle connector. I can use that to put an angle in if I need it. So I think over here is good. Oh well, let's see. Hold on, what do we got? Oh, that's that. That's that. So we gotta go right next to it. Okay. Yeah, if you feel back here, there's like another section for something else, but there's a little proud piece of plastic here, ribbing, I guess, which doesn't matter. There's nothing behind it, so I can probably just put it wherever I want. All right. Okay. Don't scratch it up. I'm using a, if you want to call it a step drill, because a regular drill will catch and twist maybe, and here you could just do it in increments to what you want. Alright, that plenty, at least as big as that one, so that's okay. Okay, sure. With that being said, let's get this wire. I'm going to get this wire unwound, and I'll feed them through, and I'll show you how it looks once I get it going up the center there. Here's the back all wrapped up. Got the dash cam and the DVR Westrods backup camera. I didn't move that, I just kind of put it to the side. They're both pretty much in the middle, and I installed it as I showed previously, up through the top here all the way to the front of the front A pillar. Came down, like I mentioned here. There's a silent section that's going to be coming up after this segment, but there's essentially just your bottom panel here that just pulls down, and I just took the wire, taped it in place, and it ran up over here into the center console, and it went through the second hole. There's the first hole that I cut, and the second hole, the rear camera connector just goes through the second hole, and both holes ended up being a 1/2 inch in diameter. So if that helps, that's pretty much what it ended up being to get the right hand connector for the back camera through the hole. And same with up in the unit area. Back there, use some cloth wire loom tape to keep the wires connected or together down into the radio area, and everything runs down back behind the radio and into the center console, to where we got the power unit and the auxiliary plugged in down there. I do have a wireless charger here that is plugged into the back of the power unit, which is awesome because the USB on this vehicle isn't enough to really charge the phone while using the phone. So this charges it as it should be. Other things in the silent section that you may not, you won't hear me talk about, but you'll see. I did use a piece of wire, and I used that to fish the connectors up behind where they come up through the second hole. Used just to fish them up, pull them up through, and that worked out handy. Same as the same wire that you saw in the boot on the back hatch, and then once everything was up, and I wound up all the wires and taped them to the back behind the radio to keep them in place. That worked out well, and everything pretty much went back together as it came apart. So it's pretty easy taking it out and putting it back. I'm sure if you're into doing this, that won't be an issue. It's exactly how I showed it. Putting on the center console, just snap all back in place, everything fit easily back together. And then I got a splash screen from Westods, comes up with the Acura logo, and you can get one for whichever car you're installing it in if it's not an Acura. Boots up to the screen, the camera screen, maybe just to show you what's going on front and back. And then it comes up to the unit's main screen, which is this is where you can just go to all the other features if you want. hit CarPlay. I'm not sure. With competing signals in the house as far as Wi-Fi, it takes. You might have to help it connect by actually going to your phone and connecting to it on your Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. But if you're out away from a competing signal like Wi-Fi, and I haven't tried it, to be honest, but I'm pretty sure it'll probably do that. You know, I just came up here. It's CarLink. Just hit CarLink, and then it should come up right there. See. Whereas if I wasn't at home, it would be the only signal to connect to, and it should just come right up. That's Sirius XM loading, but you know you got your maps for Waze or Google Maps. You got your phone. You got this screen. You can go. These are all your apps, and you can set them up in your CarPlay under this device to add or subtract or put them in whatever order you like to see them. So I have them in where the most useful ones are on screen here first, and whatever is not so useful is on the back screen. And you can do the split screen. You can go to go to the music I was doing before, and then the audio through the auxiliary. The music comes out pretty good. Sounds good. So I'm very happy with that. And then you can pause it, or I can just go back to Sirius XM. But again, even Sirius XM on the phone, competing signals here at home, sometimes it's difficult to get it to connect up. So, and that's what I have another FM CarPlay in another car, and it's similar. It's the competing signals at home just kind of make it more difficult. But as soon as you drive away from your home, if that's the case, it'll connect. So I just basically get my Waze and music going and drive off, and it'll connect down the street in a short bit. Other than that, that's the install of the Westods on a 2016 Acura RDX. If you're looking at this video, I'm sure it's because you have something like this. Base system is what I got in this, and the tech is not the greatest, to say the least. So this really steps it up to where now it's a lot more convenient. And installing it this way, this is why I wanted to do a complete install, if you want to call it that, is just to make it look as nice as I could without having wires run down and kind of look totally aftermarket. Even though it still looks aftermarket, but it's the presentation's a lot better. And now having this, even though I did cut a hole in the top of the plastic there, I don't think we'll ever go back to not having something like this. Even if we upgrade, or this one something happens this one down the road and I got to replace it, I'll get something else to always have here. So that's why I installed it the way I did. Hope it helps. If you're going to do it, I hope I showed you enough. I know some of the segments, what I was showing was kind of clipped off a little bit, but you pretty much got the idea of what I did and how I did it. Any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will answer them. I check them fairly regularly. Not that I have a real YouTube channel, but since I have this up, I will keep tabs on it. And good luck, and have fun with however you handle your RDX or Acura for entertainment.